All right, it has been a while. I apologize for that, but this is just going to be one voiceover, no car talk or anything. And it's a whole week of training. So this is last Wednesday. This is 2:30, kneeling pin press. Same spot from the nose. 2 sets of 5 with 230. Still feeling good here. Finally getting the movement down. It's one of those movements that takes time to adapt to. So finally starting to feel out the movement, get used to it. And then this is Thursday. So I actually got sick. I discussed this a little bit in my non-lifting video. I was looking at old lifting videos myself, and this is actually the day that I got sick on Wednesday, so this is one of the worst days. Fortunately, it didn't mess my lift up too much. The sickness progressively got a bit worse throughout the week, so this might have been my shittiest feeling day. I'll put it this way. I didn't sleep very much the night before this lift, so I felt the most drained this day. But once the head cold moved completely to me being stuffed up and it just being in my nose, and I couldn't breathe through my nose, that, in my opinion, is when the symptoms are the worst for lifting, because it becomes hard to brace and like breathe. Like, I'm trying to take a big breath in through my nose, and not a lot of air coming in. So that was 2 sets of 10 with 445. Here's 4 sets of 4 on pull-ups. And I believe this is with 80 pounds. I believe yes. I had a 235s and a 10 in between. That's an underrated aspect of pull-ups I don't think many people take into account. You'll notice that I always try to be as completely balanced as possible. If you are doing pull-ups where you have like a 45 and a 25, you're going to be pretty out of balance. It's going to be pulling on one side. You're going to have to pull harder with one side of your body. Just a little bit. It's not crazy. It's not as if the lift was loaded that way, but people don't really think about that too much. I try to make it as even as possible. This was Friday, 5 singles with 275. They moved pretty well. This was one of the worst days for the breathing through the nose. Did not feel very great this day. I even was supposed to bench. I just skipped it because I felt like shit. So, I mean, again, for these look really, really good. They felt heavy. They definitely weren't easy. But, yeah, I mean, for considering what the day was, it could have been much worse. I'm going to be attempting 300 this Friday. And then this is Saturday's lift. This, I think, was probably the day that I genuinely felt the worst. And honestly, the other lifts, doing them while feeling sick, I think squatting's got to be the worst to try to do with a sinus infection or a head cold, especially these heavy singles with 530. I was taking like insane rest breaks in between because squatting is already hard enough as it is. 5 singles, 3 sets of 5, whatever the hell you're doing, doesn't matter. You're doing a bunch of sets of squats. It's not fun. Now, doing it with a cold, well, make that a lot worse. So, still really happy with how this is moving, though. Knee cave is a lot better. All right, well, that's not a great one to say that on. But the first single looked really, really good. The rest of these felt pretty heavy. I'll say the first one, when I did it, when I came up out of the hole, like, I definitely felt like, oh, I definitely have at least one more in me. That was easy, which, when you're attempting like a 2 or 3 rep max, every single rep is going to feel like it's a 1 RM. You have a very difficult time perceiving how fast something moves when you're under load. So, this is why I've never done RPE training. This is why Mark Ripito doesn't recommend RPE training. And I abide by that argument. All right, halting deadlifts 505. At this point, starting to get over the cold. I mean, I still have it a little bit. You can hear it in my voice for sure. But, this, I probably felt the worst. I don't know that I felt the worst this day, but, motivation to train was the lowest. So I had to get pretty fired up for this set because I just didn't want to do it. And I didn't switch grips this time. I just went straight. I thought about it, but I was like, fuck it. I'm going. So I honestly, I thought that if there was anything I was going to fail, it was going to be this, but that moved well. And I skipped the strict pressing on my Saturday workout when I did the squats because I was taking such long rest breaks. I wasn't going to be able to. I didn't have enough time. I had to go to work. So I did them here on Sunday. And it was, I made another 5-pound jump. So this is 215. I did 10 doubles with 215. And, this was feeling pretty hard here at the end. Not taking a lot of rest in between. All right. And yeah, that kind of sucked to do because then the next day is my 5 sets of 5 with OHP. This is 231. A couple of these, were pretty tough. I remember the last set being the best. It's been 2 training sessions removed from this at this point, so it's hard to kind of remember. There's one where I misgroove bad on the first rep and have to move my feet in between, so that wasn't very ideal. I changed my diet up a bit, so I'm consuming a bit less calories. I'm running a modified paleo, so kind of getting used to the diet, the way that the diet changes my energy levels is, still interesting. This is the misgroove. There it is. Yeah. And I had to move my foot. I don't know why my feet were so close together on this one. But honestly, my belt feels less tight. I think I've lost a little bit of bloat. What would you want to say? I don't know if fullness is the right word, but it's probably not good. It's probably just excess fat. I would struggle to even say that, at best that's glycogen that I lost, and that's not good, but I would struggle to even call it that. This is Tuesday. This is 3 sets of 5 with 465. Now, this is where I start to feel good. I felt really, really good yesterday, which is also very rare for my volume squat workout. This is my least favorite workout of the week. Volume deadlift RDL day is probably the most boring, but this, I don't like doing 3 sets of 5 on squat. And also, this gym is kind of outdoor in that it does have AC, but the doors are open. It's not great. It's a warehouse gym. So I'm in the fucking heat, and we've got a heat wave here in Maryland at the moment. So it's literally 100 degrees. Squatting in 100-degree heat. Tell you, it's not very fun, but regardless, I did enjoy it. I was oh man, I feel good this session. Doing the bar for warm-ups, no struggle, no pain. I'm actually starting to get very sore in the legs, and I think the reason why is as I correct this knee cave, I'm using more of my quads than, I guess, very glute dominant squat, perhaps. I don't know. I've been feeling pretty freaking sore after these squat sessions the last few weeks. My legs are beat to shit right now, which is very, very unusual for me. It's not like I'm started a 20 rep cycle or haven't been squatting or something like this. It's just, that one was a little bit of a misgroove. My weight shifted on my feet here. But yeah, I think that it's got to be the fact that I'm finally correcting this knee cave that's giving me the soreness. I would say possibly the diet, but I didn't change my diet until I got sick. Then I decided to make the move because I shouldn't be getting sick. I feel like the refined carbs were possibly a reason for a weakened immune system because I wasn't getting it. It's like a seasonal sickness, and I wasn't getting it when I was doing this kind of paleo diet late last year. So that's that. Anyway, this is a set of my top set of pull-ups, 115 for 4, and that's it. I'll be back on Friday.